From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. We are starting off with fog alerts across the region. We have a dense fog advisory in effect for the foothills of the Blues. That includes Dayton, Walla Walla, down into Pendleton, and a freezing fog advisory for the Kittitas Valley up toward Ellensburg and Cle Elum. So if your travels take you to the north and west this morning, you'll need to watch for reduced visibility and potentially some slick spots as well, with temperatures below freezing. Now we are looking at temperatures in the 30s all across the region this morning. Some spots below freezing, but we're at 36 degrees in Kennewick, and you can see winds out of the north and northwest 10 miles per hour, making that feels like temperature drop into the upper 20s. So it is certainly a cold start out there. Visibility has dropped in Dayton to about a half a mile, Pendleton down to about a mile, but the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, and Yakima looking okay at this point, but things can quickly change. So be alert for patchy dense fog this morning. And then we're going to keep the clouds around into the afternoon, but at least we're going to be drying out. 36 degrees right now in the Tri-Cities, 41 Hermiston, 39 at Hanford, and 33 degrees in Yakima. So here's what to expect. Some patchy fog this morning. Temperatures only rising into the lower 40s for Yakima, Tri-Cities, but at least we're dry. It's just not going to be a very sunny day. Expect more clouds and sunshine today with highs in the upper 30s in Walla Walla. We'll have more on your 7-day coming up. Good Morning Northwest starts right now.
Right now on Good Morning Northwest, a student arrested after an investigation by the Richland and Kennewick Police Departments. Why you may see more patrols around one Tri-Cities middle school. And police investigate a kidnapping and robbery case. What we know so far about the two suspects believed to be involved. Plus the latest on the construction efforts underway in East Yakima for a pool. There hasn't been one open in more than a decade. All those details are coming up.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good Morning Northwest on your side.
Good morning and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald in for Jessica Jalal this morning. New this morning, if your child goes to Chinook Middle School in Kennewick, you will see an increase in patrols in the area. This comes after a student was arrested over the weekend on suspicion of making threats of violence at the school. Richland police learned of the threat after a person sent it to them through social media. According to investigators, the threat made a reference to a mass shooting that would happen at CMS today. Working with the Kennewick Police Department, they soon learned of the student who made the suspected threat. That student was arrested and taken to the Benton Franklin Juvenile Justice Center. KPD says through the investigation, there is nothing at this time in the actual social media threat that indicates Chinook Middle School is in any way connected. However, out of an abundance of caution, there will be extra officers on hand patrolling that area. RPD and KPD want to say thank you to the student who brought the threat forward and let someone know what happened. What was happening. Authorities say parents and students should know a threat, whether credible or not, is taken seriously. And the Richland Police Department is investigating an assault that happened at the Top of the World Park Friday night. Authorities say they were called to the area on the 1100 block of Glenwood Court. A person says they were hit in the head with the butt of a shotgun and they were on their way to the hospital. Officers met the victim at the hospital and talked with witnesses, which led them to find the suspect's car, which was parked behind the Yokes in Richland. They arrested the driver of the vehicle and say they found a shotgun in the car they suspect was used in the attack. Authorities are asking if you have any information on the assault, please call them. The Pasco Police Department and the Washington State Patrol are investigating after a car crash on Road 68 over the weekend. It happened Friday at the intersection of Road 68 and the entrance ramp to Interstate I-182. One vehicle ended up on the entrance ramp and the other went down the embankment and landed right side up. Injuries at this time are unknown. Shortly after the crash, the traffic lights at the intersection were not working, but it's unknown if that was caused by the crash or they were malfunctioning. The traffic lights were fixed by Saturday afternoon. The Sunnyside Police Department is asking for your help in a vandalism investigation. They say they arrested 2 teen boys over the weekend after they were suspected of damaging a fence in the Ajo area. They say it is possible there are other victims of vandalism. If you spot some damage, call the Sunnyside Police Department to report it. We have a crime alert from the Kennewick Police Department. They need your help. That's because detectives have been investigating a kidnapping and robbery that occurred in the early morning hours of December 17th. 55-year-old Darren Burden of Pasco and 34-year-old Leah Graham of Kennewick have been identified as suspects in this case, and both have felony warrants for kidnapping first degree and robbery first degree. A firearm was used during the crime, so they are both considered armed and dangerous.
Are these cases rare? Yeah, we don't get a lot of kidnapping cases where an individual is actually taken from a location. When that occurs, we utilize many different resources to try to locate where they're at. In this instance, it was kind of the other way around, where the suspect freed themselves without police involvement.
Police say the victim in the kidnapping escaped on the day it happened and called for help. KPD also says the victim was known to the suspects and this was not a random act of violence. But if you know anything, call KPD right away. It's been more than a decade since the last pool shut down in East Yakima. But Apple Valley News Now's Emily Goodell tells us construction is underway for a new aquatic center at Martin Luther King Jr. Park.
It's taken years of hard work, planning, and fundraising, but the East Yakima community will soon have its pool once again. A $10.8 million project funded by state, county, and local leaders, driven by the community.
The generosity of this community to help get this pool built has just been fantastic. We're a little bit short, could still use a little bit more if someone wanted to donate, but definitely we're really, really close.
To building not just a pool, but a whole aquatic center at Martin Luther King Jr. Park.
So this will be the area where people will pay and enter into the facility. So this covered area will have ticket windows and then areas for people to talk to staff as well. This will be our activity pool where a lot of the fun things will happen. We'll have volleyball in there and basketball.
Plus ninja cross and lap swimming. The other area for zero depth entry, shallow water for kids.
Then there's a vortex a little bit further where people can go and there'll be water moving, and then just in the middle of these two, a little bit past, will be where the big water slide will be.
Plus an area for food trucks and a community room for events, bringing residents together.
To the people in this community that donated, that gave $5 to $500,000, that just so grateful to be able to build this facility and have donors like that here supporting us. It's great to think about the future and what this facility will bring to our community.
Parks officials tell me construction is on track for the aquatic center to be able to open in early June. In Yakima, Emily Goodell, Apple Valley News Now.
Thank you, Emily. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the latest on the winter storm across the country. In the central U.S., some of the heaviest snow in more than a decade. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona will have your first alert weather forecast. Good Morning Northwest will be back in just a moment.
Save now with 3 big weeks of savings in Bi-Mart's latest savings book. Watch for it in your mailbox. Members only pricing has Dello 15W40 diesel oil for $12.99. Get $2 off Audubon Park's 20-pound Songbird food. Old Trapper beef jerky is $11.99. Winter stock reduction pricing means up to 50% off all clearance athletic shoes and select clearance Dickies and Key Work shirts. Not a member? Get your $5 lifetime membership today. Save more with New Year's savings only at Bi-Mart.
And Consumer Reports.
We're testers.
This organization accepts no advertising or sponsorship.
Since 1936.
Testing dishwashers, TVs, cars, vacuums.
We buy directly from stores, just like you.
Making sure products are safe.
And that they last.
Because we're advocates.
Engineers and scientists. We're testers. We're Consumer Reports.
Join us.
Lather, rinse, repeat. It never feels like enough. It's not your products, it's your water. Culligan water softeners prevent damaging hard water buildup, revitalizing your hair and skin. Upgrade your routine with Culligan.
Hey, babe, what's a 5-letter word that starts with PH and ends with NE? Clue is get 4 of these for free with 4 lines for $90 a month at US Cellular.
James, have you tried the 4 free phone flakes? I love these free phone flakes.
Hey, Dad, 4 free phones.
Each serving has 4 free phones.
4 free phones?
Thanks.
Oh.
They're right behind me, aren't they?
Choose 4 free phones and 4 lines for $90 a month, no trade-in needed. US Cellular.
Swing into Fred's Appliance for our New Year, New Kitchen Super Sale and discover unbeatable deals on the largest selection of in-stock, get-it-today inventory in our region. Introducing the new Electrolux 700 Series Alpine Green Washer and Dryer. This washer has an industry-exclusive 2 ways to sanitize, making it the most efficient washer on the market.
Fred's, it's appliances, only appliances.
At Fred's, we sell appliances, only appliances.
You hired me because I noticed things that you miss.
You got something? She's got something. The fun has just begun.
Oh, it's not terrifying at all.
A special place on the scenic Clark Fork River. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and welcome back to Good Morning Northwest. We're finally drying out after a wet couple of days. It's been a very unsettled month or two across the Pacific Northwest, but we're going to start to see some quieter weather move in starting today, other than the fog, of course. So right now we are dry as we take a live look out of our Apple Valley studio camera in Kennewick, and we see a few cars on the road, but it's still pretty early out there. As we take a look at our First Alert radar, maybe a couple of sprinkles down near Pendleton, south and east of Hermiston, but the rest of us dry, and we are going to stay dry throughout the day today. Fog is going to be the main concern this morning. Visibility already reduced in Dayton down to about a half a mile, Pendleton about a mile, and you can see Tri-Cities, Hermiston looking okay. Same story for Yakima, but visibility is going to probably continue to decrease as we get closer to sunrise. So if you're about to hit the roads right now, just be alert for visibility issues and changes as you head out, and it could be a little bit slick up toward the Kittitas Valley where temperatures are closer to that freezing mark. Right now we're at 33 in Yakima, 34 in Connell, 38 at Hanford, 36 in the Tri-Cities, 38 Pendleton, and 41 degrees in Hermiston. Here's what you could expect as you head back to work on this Monday. You can leave the umbrella at home today as we're expecting fog in the morning. Temperatures in the low and middle 30s where temperatures are closer to freezing. That's where we could see that freezing fog. So bridges, overpasses, use some extra caution. There could be some slick spots there. Going throughout the day, the fog and clouds will likely linger up toward the Kittitas, possibly into the noon hour around Yakima, but the rest of the region staying mostly cloudy with high temperatures in the upper 30s and lower 40s, which is right around average where we should be for this time of year. But a much drier 7-day forecast ahead. We'll show that to you coming up in a little bit. Riley, back to you.
Depending on where you live, this might be a good day to stay home with hot cocoa and your TV. A large and powerful winter storm is pushing from the central U.S. to the East Coast. Amy Kiley reports on the snow, ice, and even thunder sleet.
I've been doing snow removal for 15 years, and this is the heaviest storm I've seen.
A massive winter storm has tens of millions of Americans under winter weather alerts today.
Stuck here in a motel.
NOAA's Weather Prediction Center says some areas could end up with their heaviest snowfalls in more than a decade.
I can't recall the snow being this bad at all.
I've lived here pretty much all my life, off and on, but no, I don't remember anything like this in a minute.
Forecasters say the storm is moving out of the central U.S. today. It's clobbering much of the Ohio River Valley on its way to the East Coast.
Please stay off the roads. Give our plow teams plenty of room to work during and after the snowfall.
Snow and blizzard conditions aren't the only issues in some areas. Forecasters say many states farther south face powerful wind and bitter cold, and Kentucky saw thunder sleet last night.
Thunder mixed in with freezing rain, just incredible to see that. It just shows you how powerful this storm is.
The National Weather Service says thick ice also could be a problem along the storm's path. That could cause heat outages in cold areas.
This is the type of ice that would weigh down your tree limbs and power lines and cause some problems.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
We'll continue to track this national weather, and you can always stay up to date on the latest at applevalleyNewsNow.com. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, a door plug from an Alaska Airlines flight landed in the backyard of an Oregon teacher nearly a year ago. Now we're hearing from that man.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Experience winter fun at Silver Mountain Resort. Discover some of the best terrain in the region, just 30 minutes east of Coeur d'Alene, right off I-90. Relax in a beautiful condo, just a short stroll from the gondola, dining, exciting water slides, and indoor surfing at the water park. Enjoy a gondola ride to our exhilarating snow tubing and your gateway to snow rider heaven. Create unforgettable family memories at Silver Mountain. Book today at silvermt.com.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
Are you tired of seeing money all around the house? Then start saving money with First American Home Warranty. First American covers the systems and appliances you depend on every day. And if we can't repair your covered item, we'll replace it.
I've saved thousands, and that makes me happy.
All plans include a no questions asked money back guarantee and flexible payment options so you can never pay for covered repairs again.
Call 1-800-964-2842. That's 1-800-964-2842.
At the Pacific Clinic, we understand the juggle of parenthood. That's why the PC is your one-stop shop for all your health, sports, and medical needs. Schedule your appointments around your favorite group fitness classes and use our on-site childcare services.
From women's health to care for your little ones, we practice a comprehensive approach to keep your family feeling great.
With our quick and convenient scheduling, we'll get you in within the same week, often the next day. Call us today at 509-783-5465.
You get in a car wreck and call the insurance company and get nowhere. Stop wasting your time. Just make one more call to 853-2222. They can't ignore my demands to pay you all the money you deserve.
Call 853-2222.
Seattle welcomes New Jersey to Climate Pledge, 6:30 tonight on Apple Valley News Now. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back. It is 5:18 and we are tracking the potential for fog this morning, and it could be locally dense in some locations. Dense fog advisory in effect for the foothills of the Blues. We're talking about Dayton, Walla Walla, down into Pendleton. This is where visibility could be reduced to less than a quarter of a mile at times. We also have a freezing fog advisory up toward the Kittitas Valley, including Ellensburg. That's where temperatures are a little bit closer to that freezing mark, so there could be some slick spots on area roads, especially those bridges and overpasses. So you need to be alert for that as you head off to work this morning. As far as visibility goes, we're doing okay in the Tri-Cities, Hermiston, and Yakima, but you can see that fog developing from Snoqualmie Pass down into the Kittitas Valley, and visibility has also dropped into Pendleton and over toward Dayton. Dayton, in fact, down to about a quarter of a mile at this time. So you need to really be alert for visibility changes as you head out on this Monday. Temperatures are down into the 30s and the sun won't rise until 7:39 this morning. We have a couple more hours and we are drying out across the Columbia Basin. It's been a wet couple of days. Since last week we were seeing the rain, but today we're drying out and we're looking at a dry period at least over the next couple of days. Right now temperatures are sitting right around 37 in the Tri-Cities, 38 in Pendleton, 36 in Dayton, 41 Hermiston, 33 in Yakima, and 36 degrees in Sunnyside. Our winds are pretty light out of the north and west, and we are looking at our first alert radar. You could see that things are starting to pop up to our south as the disturbance continues to move its way to the south this morning out of our area. So what to expect as we go throughout your Monday? Well, the patchy fog could linger a little bit past sunrise, I should say, and then the clouds will linger into the afternoon, maybe a little bit of sunshine up towards Sunnyside and Yakima, but expect to see more clouds than sunshine today with temperatures in the upper 30s and lower 40s, which is right around average for this time of year. 39 for your high in Walla Walla, 40 in Pendleton, 41 in Hermiston, Tri-Cities, 41 in Prosser, and 42 degrees in Yakima down toward Toppenish. Tonight, same story. Clouds linger. There may be some breaks here and there, but we do expect another round of patchy dense fog to develop by tomorrow morning. That's kind of going to be the story as high pressure builds in. We're going to see a lot of clouds during the day and then that potential for fog during the overnight periods. So your Tri-City 7-day forecast showing not much change, but at least it will stay dry. 41 today, 39 tomorrow. 40 on Wednesday, 38 degrees on Thursday. We could see a couple of rain showers with our next passing system Friday, and then it looks like we'll dry things out by the weekend again. In Yakima, 42 today, 37 tomorrow, 39 Wednesday and Thursday with a couple of rain showers possible on Friday. Walla Walla, maybe a slight chance for a spotty shower. Same for Hermiston today. You saw that activity popping up to our south. And then the clouds, they're just going to stick around. It's going to be a dreary couple of days, chilly couple of days with highs only in the upper 30s to near 40 degrees in Walla Walla. Rain showers possible again on Friday. Hermiston, 41 today, 39 tomorrow, 40 Wednesday, back down into the upper 30s. So we bounce around a little bit with those shower chances returning Friday, and then we're drying out by the weekend. Riley?
Well, it's been almost 1 year since the door plug from Alaska Airlines Flight 1282 blew off mid-flight and landed in the backyard of a Portland, Oregon teacher. 2 days later, that teacher, Bob Sauer, found the plug mostly intact. Emily Gersh spoke with Sawyer, who is now retired, as he reflected about this unusual discovery.
So did you become like instantly the most popular teacher after this happened?
Well, I don't know about most popular teacher, but I had a lot of notoriety for a while.
Bob Sauer remembers the day well. On January 5th, 2024, the door plug from Alaska Airlines Flight 1282 blew out of the plane and landed in his backyard. He didn't find it until 2 days later.
Yeah, at the time, you said that a friend had told you to check your backyard and you didn't believe them. And then you checked the next day and lo and behold, there it was.
Right.
That's so funny.
Yeah, that was quite a surprise.
After collecting the door plug, NTSB investigators scoured the area for 4 missing bolts that should have been attached to the door plug on the Boeing 737 MAX 9. During their investigation, they determined the bolts had never been installed. Since then, Boeing says it has taken steps to improve safety through more training, inspections, audits, and documentation. But Sauer says the best part of the incident was the investigators coming to his class to talk to students about the investigation, a real-life lesson in physics.
Do you think that is probably the most memorable physics lesson your students ever got?
Well, I've had some other pretty impressive ones too, but this one, with the participation of so many other entities, it's probably the biggest one.
Up next on Good Morning Northwest, the box office top 5 countdown from the weekend is coming up. Who's reigning supreme? We'll hear about all of those films.
Save now with stock reduction savings with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including Dello 15W40 diesel oil for just $12.99. New Year's store-wide savings are happening now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book.
This winter, escape to the mountains of Leavenworth with Beaver Valley Lodge, where fresh snow blankets the world and adventure is just outside your door. From skiing Plain Valley ski trails to peaceful snowshoe trails, the choices are endless. After a day in the snow, return to Beaver Valley Lodge to warm up by the fire, sip hot cocoa, and let your worries melt away. Book your winter getaway today at Beaver Valley Lodge, where you come as a guest and leave as a friend.
Come discover our hand-picked collections at D-Lynn's Boutique. Whether you're shopping for a cozy weekend getaway or a special night out, D-Lynn's Boutique has everything you need to shine this winter. Visit us in-store or online and let us help you wrap the season in style.
Step into the Prosser House, where great food meets comfortable atmosphere. We invite you to relax in our cozy space. From classic dishes to chef-inspired creations, and now we're raising the bar, literally. With our newly renovated bar, we're serving up crafted cocktails, your favorite local brews, and award-winning wines. Plus, we're proud to announce that the Prosser House is your restaurant showdown champion. Special night out or just a break from cooking, experience the award-winning difference at the Prosser House. Conflict creates a lot of stress in our lives, yet conflict is inevitable. Whether it be with family, coworkers, or neighbors, disagreements are never pleasant. At the Dispute Resolution Center, we help people resolve conflict, avoid lawsuits, and heal relationships through mediation. Call us at 509-783-3325 or go to drctc.org to learn more. The Dispute Resolution Center, where arguments become agreements.
Vance Heating and Air Conditioning. We promise friendly customer service, highly trained technicians. Save $50 on any heating repair. We service all makes and models. Don't leave it to chance. Call Vance.
Next Live, Scott Wolf and comedian Michelle Buteau.
I can't even find a parking spot with my husband without arguing with him.
We argue over parking spots.
Oh, okay.
Today at 9 on Apple Valley News Now.
A special place on the scenic Clark Fork River. Fly the Northwest, Tuesday at 6.
There's a new king of the box office this weekend. Rick Damigella has the top 5 countdown.
She had her secrets.
Wicked went from 4th to 5th place on ticket sales of $10.2 million, while Moana 2 rose from 5th to 4th with $12.4 million, with Nosferatu hanging on in 3rd with $13.2 million.
Double your villains, double your fun.
Sonic the Hedgehog 3 slid out of the top spot this weekend. The video game-inspired threequel dropped into 2nd place, but ran off with $21.2 million, bringing its 3-week domestic total to $187.5 million.
Rafiki. Yes? Why do they want to hurt everybody?
After 3 weeks in theaters, Mufasa the Lion King claimed its throne. The Lion King prequel clawed its way just past Sonic 3 with $23.8 million. The King's coffers are now filled with $168.6 million at the domestic box office. In Hollywood, I'm Rick Damigella.
All right, up next on Good Morning Northwest at 5:30, the latest on the Hanford Guard strike and how HMIS says it's ordering guards back to work after the 3rd rejected proposed agreement. Plus, the state Supreme Court is set to decide this week on for the first recall petition against the Mabton's mayor, what the next steps are. We'll be right back with the next half hour right after this.
In today's Tech Bites, a big new screen from Samsung. The Frame Pro is set to be introduced at CES this week. The more advanced version of the model includes Samsung's high-end QLED panel, as well as the company's wireless One Connect box. No word yet on a price tag. Also being rolled out at CES are LG's new OLED Evo TVs. They are powered by AI processors that help the TV sharpen low-resolution images. LG says their filmmaker mode lets them automatically adjust a movie's settings based on a room's lighting conditions. options. And finally, a big new accessory for your smartphone. It's an all-in-one magnetic power bank and camera grip made by Belkin. The Stage Power Grip looks like what you'd find on a DSLR camera. Belkin says it's great for creators and travelers. No word yet on the price tag there. I don't think it's so much the size, but the magnet that makes this accessory so polarizing. Those are your Tech Bites.
Dangerous ladders, gutter muck? Ugh, no wonder you hate cleaning your gutters. Good thing there's Leaf Filter. Our patented filter technology keeps leaves and debris out of your gutters forever. Guaranteed. Call 833-LEAF Filter to get started and get the permanent gutter solution that ends clogs for good.
Hey, are
they
the
took
kids
the
going back
time to
school
answer
today?
all of our questions. They really put us at ease.
It's their first day back.
End clogged gutters for good. Call 833-LEAF Filter or visit leaffilter.com today.
If you have Graves' disease and blurry vision, you need clear answers. People with Graves could also get thyroid eye disease, or TED, which may need a different doctor. Find a TED eye specialist at isitted.com.
At Drive Time, you can do a lot right on your phone, like get approved, then start shopping thousands of cars with real terms, all with no hit to your credit in as little as 30 seconds. But this is a 15-second ad. It sure is. Go to drivetime.com and do a lot in not a lot of time.
This is Apple Valley News Now. Good morning, Northwest. On your side.
Good morning, and thank you for joining us for Good Morning Northwest. I'm Riley Fitzgerald in for Jessica Jalal this morning. And we've got meteorologist Tiffany Savona in for Josh this morning as well. Good morning, Tiffany.
Good morning, Riley. Nice to see you on this Monday morning as everyone's getting back to school and work to start off the new work week. We do have a couple of very light rain showers near the Pendleton area. This is all just south of Hermiston, and these showers are pushing away from the Columbia Basin, which is good news because it has been unsettled over the past couple of days. So we're looking at a drier day today, but we're starting off with fog and the clouds will linger. So we do have a dense fog advisory in effect for the foothills of the Blues until 10 o'clock this morning. That includes Dayton, Walla Walla, Pendleton. This is just south and east of Hermiston, and a freezing fog advisory up toward the Kittitas Valley. That is where temperatures are expected to be a little bit closer to the freezing mark. So there could be some slick spots, especially bridges and overpasses. So use caution if your travels take you in that direction this morning. Visibility in Yakima, Tri-Cities, Hermiston, looking great as of right now. That could change, but things are looking good. Where we're really seeing that fog is along the foothills of the Blues. So Pendleton down to 2 miles, and Dayton, that's where you could see more issues with visibility down to about a half a mile at this time. Our temperatures are sitting in the 30s right now, and the sensors are down in Ellensburg and Walla Walla. That's why we don't have numbers for those locations right now, but you can expect temperatures in the 30s, and we're probably near the freezing mark in Ellensburg. 33 in Yakima, 36 at Hanford, 37 Tri-Cities, 34 Connell, and 41 degrees in Hermiston. So temperatures really aren't going to move too much today because of the fog this morning and then the clouds lingering through the afternoon. So just use some caution, maybe allow for a little bit of extra travel time this morning as you're trying to get to where you need to go. And this evening, no commute problems expected other than the usual traffic, of course, as temperatures drop out of the 40s and into the upper 30s. We have a drier 7 days ahead. We'll show you that latest 7-day forecast coming up a little bit later on in the show. Riley, back to you.
Thank you, Tiffany. A man has been arrested after crashing his car in Benton County over the weekend. It happened on South Beaufort Canyon Road, but the car ended up in the ditch near Interstate 82 near milepost 114. The Benton County Sheriff's Office and the Washington State Patrol got to the scene of the crash and found a 22-year-old man and his 16-year-old female passenger in the car. Authorities say the suspect, the man, was driving under the influence of alcohol and arrested him at the scene. The car was towed and the teen passenger was allowed to be picked up and taken home. We have yet another scam alert, this one coming from the city of Kennewick. They've been made aware of a text message circulating from a survey company called Dynata, claiming to collect information from residents. Officials say this company is not associated with the city of Kennewick in any way. The city of Kennewick tells us they will always notify citizens through official channels if they are indeed conducting a survey or collecting data. So if you receive this text, it's best to ignore and delete it. The Benton County Sheriff's Office is showing off some brand new patrol cars that they now have in their fleet. This one here is equipped with a ballistic door panel. Sheriff Croskery says he is hoping that someday all of their patrol vehicles will have the panels, but for now several of their new cars will have them. Ford, which introduced the company's first purpose-built police package in 1950, says every new vehicle is designed with what they call the Ford Police DNA. Officer safety, durability, performance, purpose-built, and upfit-friendly. Now that the Hanford Union has voted down a third proposed agreement with HMIS, what comes next? HMIS says it will order the guards back to work. However, the union says it wants to resume negotiations today, and they have prepared another counteroffer. The union says it doesn't want to be forced to accept an offer. Rather, they want to find an agreement that is acceptable for both sides. The only offer HMIS says it is willing to accept is its December 5th offer, which it called earlier last month its best and final. The guards have been locked out since before Thanksgiving after their contract expired. Beginning this morning in the city of Walla Walla, the Rose Street Preservation Project is getting some upgrades. There will be a new traffic signal put in at the intersection of 2nd Avenue and Rose Street. This work is expected to last throughout this week, and while the intersection will remain open, there are lane shifts and closures to allow necessary equipment to access the area. City officials urge you to consider travel by another route, as the closures will cause significant traffic delays. The state Supreme Court is set to make a decision this week on the appeal for the first recall petition against Mapleton Mayor Rachel Ruelas. If they decide to uphold the Superior Court judge's decision, the recall moves forward. The next step, petitioners need about 60 resident signatures to be certified by the auditor's office, which then has to put the question to the voters within the next 45 to 90 days. The decision to get it on the February ballot the deadline to get it on the February ballot has already passed.
So I think the fair thing to say is that if and when the recall comes, it's going to be conducted between February 12th and August 5th.
The state Supreme Court should be making a decision about the recall appeal at a meeting on January 9th. The city of Sunnyside has announced the second meeting of the Sunnyside Business Advisory Council. It's set to take place this coming Wednesday, January 8th at 12 p.m. The meeting will be held in the Sunnyside Fire Department training room. You'll be able to share your concerns and ideas when it comes to business. The city council, city manager, police, and fire chief, along with the public works director, will all be on hand. The days of paying for multiple library cards are now over. A new project with regional libraries makes access to books easier for the community. Apple Valley News Now's Morgan Huff says it's a project between the libraries they've been working on.
Community members in the Mid-Columbia, Walla Walla, and Dayton regions now have access to a larger selection of books without the hassle of paying for multiple library cards.
Each library is unique. They all offer great things. By being able to get a library card at each of them, it just gives people in our region more access.
The Richland Library, Mid-Columbia, Walla Walla Public, Walla Walla County, and Columbia County Libraries have teamed together to launch a new project that allows members of one to get a reciprocal card to check out books at any of the 5 participating libraries.
This is a pilot project with these 5 libraries right now. We're certainly open to talking about more libraries in the future. If you're a member of one, you can get a library card at one of the other libraries.
The reciprocal card gives access to all physical items as well as the library's databases to check if a participating location has the book you're looking for. But if you're looking for digital items,
so things like ebooks and audiobooks you wouldn't have access to.
Reporting in Richland, Morgan Huff, Good Morning Northwest.
To learn about how to get involved, head to applevalleyNewsNow.com. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, buying a car in 2025 doesn't have to put a big dent in your pocket, but how do you know which car is the right one for you? Our Consumer Reports team breaks down what you need to know next. And meteorologist Tiffany Savona is in for Josh this morning. She's got another check at your forecast. We'll be right back.
Operation Best Friend, sponsored by the Manthai Group Cross Country Mortgage.
Happy 2025. Make it a good year. If you've been injured and went through the holidays and didn't get a fair settlement, give us a call. We'll tell you what to bring in, and it's a free consultation.
If you've been injured in an accident, find out what your rights are.
For 600 different cigars and 125 pipe tobaccos. For every cigar rated 96 and higher by Cigar Aficionado. For 200 accessories, including dozens of humidors and fine pipes. It's the educated cigar.
The Pacific Clinic is a health, sports, and medical campus in Kennewick now accepting new patients for primary care. We offer patient-specific solutions for physical, mental, and emotional health concerns. You'll receive quality one-on-one time with our medical professionals and experienced support team. Begin your new health plan with today's best technologies and facilities for the whole family. Play hard, live well at the PC. Call us at 509-783-5465 today.
These are real people seeking solutions to real pain.
I have plantar fasciitis. My feet, my knees, hips, and back.
And then they were fit with Good Feet arch supports. Clinically proven. Significant pain relief in only 4 weeks.
I'm not feeling any pain. My heel, that's where I always feel it.
Pressure off your knees?
Yeah, actually. I didn't notice any pain in my back. I feel like I could walk all day in these.
Take back the life you love and book your personalized arch support fitting today.
Ever feel like something's missing? Like there's a hole in your morning routine? Well, we've got just the thing. At Some Bagels, we make more than fresh bagels. We make a variety of baked goods to fill your day with everything you've been missing. Have your favorite coffee drink with our in-house roasted espresso beans. And enjoy your bagel with our flavored cream cheeses. Because at Some Bagels, the only thing better than the hole in the middle is everything around it. I want some, you want some, we want some, gimme Some Bagels.
She was lured to your apartment.
Judy is back in the courtroom with all new cases and only on Apple Valley News Now.
And I'm just getting started.
Judy Justice.
In front of millions of people.
Today at 4 on Apple Valley News Now.
America's freeways are the most advanced in the world. Our highways are safer than anywhere else. But even the safest freeways cannot prevent accidents from happening. Allen Brecky Law Offices represent accident and injury victims.
2025, bring it.
Bring it. Bring it.
January mornings on GMA. It is time to start strong in 2025.
Let's do it, people.
How you feel, how you look, living your best.
Come on, start strong. Come on, start strong.
Come on, start strong.
Got finished with this?
It's Special Agent Will Trent. How do I look? Thanks, girl. First case back. We're gonna solve this.
From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Welcome back. Time check 5:42 on your Monday morning, and we're starting to dry out across the Columbia Basin, the Yakima Valley. It's been a rainy couple of days, so we need a break, but there are still a couple of lingering showers into northeastern Oregon. So I just checked out Pendleton. They're reporting a little bit of light rain and mist at this hour, and it looks like this activity will stay just south of Hermiston. It'll be a close call. We'll continue to monitor that, but these showers are pushing off to the south and southwest. We're more concerned about the dense fog potential. We have a dense fog advisory in effect for the foothills of the Blues. So that includes Dayton, Walla Walla, Pendleton, down toward Heppner. And we have a freezing fog advisory where temperatures are expected to be below freezing this morning up into the Kittitas Valley, including Ellensburg. So if your travels take you up north this morning, there could be some slick spots out there where temperatures are below freezing. So just use a little bit of extra caution on those bridges and overpasses as those always freeze first. Visibility looking pretty good. Moses Lake all the way down into Tri-Cities and Hermiston, even up toward the Yakima Valley. But visibility goes down once you get north and west of Ellensburg towards Snoqualmie Pass. And then we have lower visibility down across the foothills of the Blues. So Dayton, that visibility has actually come up to a mile, but notice it continues to fluctuate. So you can expect that over the next few hours, and conditions should slowly improve after sunrise. But these clouds are going to stick around throughout the day. So it's going to be a dreary Monday for us, unfortunately. Temperatures right now in the mid and upper 30s. We're at 37 Tri-Cities, 38 Pendleton, 34 in Dayton, 35 Sunnyside, and 33 in Yakima. We don't have temperatures for Ellensburg and Walla Walla because those sensors are currently down. But you can expect temperatures in the low and middle 30s there. Here's your day planner. Expect the fog to linger in the Kittitas Valley through the afternoon hours. Then we're just cloudy, 38. So temperatures really don't move too much today. So what you see is what you're going to get. Yakima 33 this morning at 8, and then we rise into the lower 40s. But clouds stick around the area wide. Lower 40s for Tri-Cities and Hermiston, and we'll keep it in the upper 30s in Walla Walla. Riley, back to you.
With car prices at or near record levels and interest rates still high, buying any car, new or used, is a high-stakes financial decision. That's why Consumer Reports puts together report cards for all of the cars it tests to help you make the right choice that will last for years.
Consumer Reports engineers and automotive experts put every car it buys through more than 50 tests.
Is everything, from acceleration and braking and high-speed maneuvers on the track.
CR compares over 250 models on road performance, comfort, reliability, owner satisfaction, and safety. And testing doesn't end at the office.
We live with these vehicles every single day. We take them home. We drive them on public roads. We put our families in them. We go to the grocery store. We use all of this data combined with our survey information to figure out who makes the best cars.
Among the 32 brands in CR's 2025 report card, the top 5 remain unchanged from last year, with one significant shift. Subaru claims the top spot. One reason? Reliability.
When they design or redesign a new model, they tend to iterate on last year's models. And this approach tends to lend itself towards good reliability because they work out the kinks, so to speak, over time. On top of that, their vehicles perform well in our testing.
Also making the grade, BMW, Lexus, Porsche, and Honda.
Part of buying, testing, and living with these vehicles is not only experiencing what is good about them, the best scoring vehicles, but also the things that are maybe annoying or not so good.
Dodge, GMC, Land Rover, Rivian, and Jeep were ranked at the bottom.
Even top scoring brands can have vehicles that don't score so well. So it's really important that you do your research and you check the ratings for the vehicles that you're specifically interested in.
CR says that's especially true for bigger brands. This is Rachel Joyce.
Consumer Reports also ranks brands that make the best used cars, which includes Lexus, Toyota, and Mazda. Up next on Good Morning Northwest, we've got the morning sprint, what you need to know as you head out the door today, and Tiffany is back with your full First Alert forecast. We'll be right back.
Save now with stock reduction savings with Bi-Mart's latest savings book, including Dello 15W40 diesel oil for just $12.99. New Year's store-wide savings are happening now with Bi-Mart's latest savings book.
Hit by a big truck in bad weather? There's a law that says truck drivers have a legal duty to use extreme caution when driving in hazardous conditions. Knowing these laws sets my truck wreck team apart. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter. Big truck insurance companies know that we have the knowledge and experience to get you paid everything you deserve. Hit by a big truck, our team knows truck wrecks and how to win for you. I'm attorney Mariano Morales, the Big Truck Heavy Hitter.
The Heavy Hitter is the one for you. Call 853-2222.
Why do patients and families immediately think of Good Shepherd? They trust our knowledge and expertise. They value the compassionate care we provide. They feel like they are being taken care of by family. From our renowned doctors and top-of-the-line technology to our state-of-the-art facilities, Good Shepherd Healthcare System. Patients first, always.
Life's too short to put up with a bad bank. You have a life, places to go, people to see, and things to get done. You don't have time for banks or credit unions that don't care. You deserve better. At Yakima Federal Savings and Loan, we've served Central Washington and the Columbia Basin since 1905 with 10 branches, face-to-face service, and a 5-star app when you're on the go. So go have fun. Do what makes you happy. Life's too short to put up with anything less. Bank better with Yakima Federal.
There's two kinds of people. Those who wait for the storm to pass, and those who drive a Ford Bronco Sport SUV. You'll feel confident driving J.D. Power's #1 small SUV for new vehicle quality. Off the pavement, go over any type of terrain with one of the 5 standard GOAT modes. And with 4x4 capability standard on all models, almost nothing gets in your way. When you drive a Ford Bronco Sport in weather like this, you don't just get through it, you embrace it.
It's Operation Best Friend every Wednesday morning as we feature lovable pets from area shelters, all wanting forever homes. Operation Best Friend from Apple Valley News Now, As You Wish Real Estate Services, and Cross Country Mortgage.
A Montana resort that has it all on Fly the Northwest Tuesday. From Apple Valley News Now, First Alert Weather with Tiffany Savona.
Good morning and happy Monday, everyone. Hopefully you had a good weekend. We saw a little bit of rain over the weekend. More rain fell last week, but we're going to be drying things out over the next couple of days, which is nice because the weather pattern has been extremely active. However, we do have fog alerts in effect. Dense fog advisories in effect for the foothills of the Blues until 10 o'clock, and we have a freezing fog advisory in effect for the Kittitas Valley until 10 o'clock as well. The difference, temperatures are below freezing in the Kittitas Valley this morning, so that fog could freeze on any elevated surfaces. So that means there could be some slick spots, bridges and overpasses, possibly some railings as well. So heads up for that as you head out this morning. Visibility is looking good in plenty of the big cities. So Tri-Cities, Hermiston, Yakima, it goes down as you get closer to Ellensburg. We have visibility down to a mile in Pendleton, down to a mile in Dayton. But these numbers will likely fluctuate over the next couple of hours. Our temperatures are above freezing in many locations, and we're not seeing any visibility issues in Kennewick this morning. Sunrise is at 7:39, so we still got a ways to go. Sunset at 4:26. So we're running with 37 right now in the Tri-Cities, 35 in Dayton, 34 Connell, 36 at Hanford, 38 in Pendleton. We're down to 33 in Yakima, 33 in Moses Lake. Notice that we do not have numbers for Walla Walla and Ellensburg. That's because those sensors are currently down. The winds are light. They'll stay pretty light throughout the day today. And notice there are a couple of light rain showers, some mist in the Pendleton area and for areas just south of Hermiston this morning. That's all part of an upper level disturbance that brought us a little bit of rain this weekend. It's currently moving across portions of Oregon this morning, and then it will continue to dive off to the south and east, bringing more rain and snow to the Four Corners area. But high pressure will be building in behind it, so that's why we're going to see a dry stretch. So this morning, patchy, dense fog in spots, and then the clouds will just linger. It's going to be kind of a dreary start to the work week, and temperatures will climb into the upper 30s and lower 40s, so not much warmer from where we are right now. We're expecting 41 in Tri-Cities, Prosser, Hermiston, 41 at Hanford, 39 Dayton and Walla Walla, and lower 40s up toward Yakima and Toppenish, where we may see a few breaks in the clouds today. But overall, expect more clouds than sunshine for sure. Tonight, we'll see a couple of breaks in the clouds. I think we'll see some patchy fog develop once again as we start off your Tuesday morning as temperatures drop into the 20s and 30s. So if we do see some fog in the morning, there could be a little bit more freezing fog potential early on your Tuesday with temperatures right around 32 degrees. 7-day forecast showing that we don't see much change over the next few days, but temperatures, or I should say we stay dry. That's what I was trying to say over the next couple of days with our next chance for rain on Friday. Yakima 42 today, upper 30s, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and then another chance for a couple of showers. Returns Friday. Walla Walla upper 30s today with that fog and cloud cover lingering all day long, and then we bring in that shower chance Friday. Save for Hermiston. Slight chance for a shower this morning, then we're dry, just cloudy, 41, and then we'll keep it in the upper 30s to around 40 before Friday when those rain chances return. Riley?
Now, the morning sprint.
The time right now is 5:53. It's time to get to your morning sprint this 5 a.m. hour. Here's the top 5 local things that you need to know this morning. Police say there will be an increase in patrols around Chinook Middle School in Kennewick. This comes after a student was arrested over the weekend on suspicion of making threats of violence at the school. Richland police learned of the threat through social media. According to investigators, the threat made a reference to a mass shooting that would happen at CMS today. Working with the Kennewick Police Department, they soon learned of the student who made the suspected threat, and that student was arrested and taken to the Benton County Juvenile Detention Center. Authorities say there is nothing at this time in the actual social media threat that indicates Chinook Middle School is in any way connected. However, out of an abundance of caution, there will be extra officers on hand patrolling that area. The Richland Police Department is investigating an assault that happened at the Top of the World Park Friday night. This was around the 1100 block of Glenwood Court. A person says they were hit in the head with the butt of a shotgun and went to the hospital. Officers met the victim at the hospital and talked with witnesses, which led them to find the suspect's car parked behind the Yokes in Richland. They arrested the driver of the vehicle and say they found a shotgun in the car they suspect was used in the attack. The Sunnyside Police Department is asking for your help in a vandalism investigation. They say they arrested 2 teen boys over the weekend after they were suspected of damaging a fence in the Ajo area. They say it is possible there are other victims of vandalism. If you spot some damage, call the Sunnyside Police Department to report it. Yet another scam alert, this one coming from the city of Kennewick. They've been made aware of a text message circulating from a survey company called Dynata claiming to collect information from residents. Officials say this company is not associated with the city of Kennewick in any way. The city tells us they will always notify citizens through official channels if they are indeed conducting a survey or collecting data. So if you receive this text, it's best to ignore or delete it. The state Supreme Court is set to make a decision this week on the appeal for the first recall petition against Mabton Mayor Rachel Ruelas. If they decide to uphold the Supreme Court judge's decision, the recall moves forward. The next step, petitioners need about 60 resident signatures to be certified by the auditor's office, which then has to put the question to the voters within the next 45 to 90 days. The state Supreme Court should be making a decision about the recall appeal at a meeting on January 9th. In your national headlines this morning, President Biden is banning some offshore drilling in a way President-elect Trump would struggle to undo after he's inaugurated. In an announcement Monday, the White House says Biden is permanently banning future offshore oil and gas development in parts of the Atlantic and Pacific Oceans. The executive order will invoke the 1953 Outer Continental Shelf Lands Act. The law gives presidents broad authority to withdraw federal waters from future oil and gas leasing and development. However, it doesn't give presidents explicit authority to revoke the action and put federal waters back into development. In your business headlines this morning, thousands of John Deere riding mowers are being recalled. Kawasaki Motors USA is recalling nearly 40,000 Z-Track zero-turn mowers with Kawasaki engines. The mowers were sold in the U.S. and Canada between October 2018 and September 2024. The recall is due to a potential fire and burn hazard. Owners should stop using the mowers immediately and contact a John Deere dealership. Repairs to the impacted mowers are free. In your health headlines this morning, the DHS says it will invest over $300 million to help monitor bird flu. The CDC still considers the risk to the general public to be low. The funding will go toward education and treatment for emerging special pathogens, hospital preparedness and stocking supplies, increased testing and monitoring of exposure, and research into possible medical countermeasures. Up next on Good Morning Northwest at 6 o'clock, a student arrested after an investigation by the Richland and Kennewick Police Departments, why you may see more patrols around one Tri-Cities middle school. Plus, Tiffany Savona is in for Josh this morning. She's got a look at your forecast right after this.